The Miami Heat had a shot at Kevin Durant, but they refused. Not because of salary cap issues, not because of Bam, but because of one rookie. And that decision might have just killed the deal, and maybe even their next championship run. Kevin Durant has been chasing that next ring ever since he left Golden State. And after a disappointing run in Brooklyn and a short-lived trio in Phoenix, he's running out of time and patience. Last season, the Suns were supposed to be a super team. Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal. On paper, unstoppable. In reality, injuries, chemistry problems, and another early playoff exit. Behind the scenes, frustration started bubbling. Durant didn't throw a public tantrum, but he didn't have to. The whispers grew louder. The Suns were taking calls. Not officially shopping KD, but not shutting anything down either. Because the truth is, Phoenix is desperate for depth, especially at center. And with Durant turning 36 soon, the front office had to ask, is it time to cash in before it's too late? Enter the Miami Heat, a franchise known for culture, grit, and making big moves when no one's watching. Even with Jimmy Butler gone to the Warriors, Miami still had Bam Adebayo, an elite system and cap flexibility. More importantly, they had draft assets, young pieces, and the type of long-term vision Durant's been craving. On paper, it looked like a match made in basketball heaven, until one name shut it all down. When word got out that the Suns were open to a Durant deal, Miami picked up the phone, fast. They weren't just interested, they were ready to make a serious offer. Draft picks, on the table. Veteran contracts, flexible. Role players, let's talk. But then Phoenix asked for one name and Miami hesitated. Kelip Wear. Not Bam. Not Tyler Herro. Not even Jaime Jaquez Jr. Phoenix wanted the rookie. The 7'4" unicorn who had just wrapped up a quietly impressive first season. And that's where the Heat pumped the brakes. Because to Pat Riley and the Miami front office, Wear wasn't just another rookie. He was the future. A long, mobile center with elite rim protection and flashes of a jump shot. The kind of player you build around, not trade away, even for Kevin Durant. It wasn't about disrespecting KD, it was about timing. The Heat had just lost Jimmy to the Warriors. They weren't trying to win now at any cost. They were trying to build something that could last, and shipping out their most promising young piece didn't fit that plan. Kelip Wear wasn't supposed to be that guy. Not this fast. But by the end of his rookie season, he was forcing everyone to pay attention. Miami took a risk drafting him, betting on potential instead of polish, and it paid off. After the All-Star break, Wear's numbers exploded. 10.3 points, 9.7 rebounds, 1.3 blocks per game. And more importantly, he looked confident, composed, unbothered. At 7'4" with surprising agility, Wear became a matchup nightmare. He altered shots without fouling. He could guard in space, and offensively, he wasn't just cleaning up garbage, he was spacing the floor, rolling hard, and even flashing a smooth mid-range jumper. Analysts started calling him the Heat's best rookie big since Bam Adebayo, and some scouts quietly said he might have more upside. By the time the season ended, Kelip Wear wasn't just a prospect, he was a pillar, a symbol of Miami's post-Butler rebuild. And the moment Phoenix asked for him, everything changed. When the Suns asked for Kelip Wear, they weren't bluffing. Sources say Phoenix made it clear, if Miami wanted Kevin Durant, Wear had to be included. No Wear, no deal. But the Heat stood firm. They didn't set blink. They didn't set counter. They just said no. To the outside world, it looked insane. Say no to Kevin Durant? A generational scorer? A proven champion? But Miami's front office wasn't thinking emotionally. They were thinking long-term. Wear represented everything they were trying to build: size, versatility, and youth. Trading him away would be admitting they were still in win-now mode. But with Jimmy gone and no clear second star behind Bam, they weren't. Not anymore. And it wasn't just about Wear's ceiling. It was about control. He's on a rookie contract. He's 20, and he hasn't even scratched the surface of what he could become. Durant, meanwhile, is almost 36, injury-prone, and expensive. So Miami made their position clear. Anyone but Wear. And just like that, negotiations stalled. Phoenix wasn't asking for Kelip Wear just to be difficult. They needed him. The Suns are desperate for size. Their front court last season was paper-thin, and it showed. Jusuf Nurkic struggled to stay healthy and mobile. Drew Eubanks, solid backup, not a long-term solution. If they're going to compete in the West, they need a center who can anchor the paint and move in space. And Wear? He checks every box. Young, Athletic, affordable. He could grow alongside Devin Booker and Bradley Beal while giving Phoenix something they've been missing for years, a defensive presence with offensive upside. The Suns weren't just interested in Wear, they were targeting him. For Phoenix, this wasn't a luxury request. It was the only way the trade made sense. Durant's value isn't what it used to be. They know it. Other teams know it, so if they're going to give him up, it has to be for a cornerstone. And in their eyes, that cornerstone is Kelip Wear. But Miami won't sit budge. And now Phoenix has a choice. Accept a lesser deal, or walk away with nothing. This isn't just about one trade, it's about direction. For both teams, the entire future hangs in the balance. For Miami, refusing to include Wear means they're betting big on internal growth. No quick fixes. No super team shortcuts. It's a bold move, and a risky one. Because without Durant, the Heat don't have a clear second star. They're good, but are they good enough? On the other side, Phoenix is walking a tightrope. Holding out for Wear means they might miss their best shot at rebuilding around Booker and Beal. If this trade falls apart, they're stuck. An aging core, no flexibility, and a superstar who clearly wants out. And for Kevin Durant, this could be the final chapter. He doesn't have many prime years left. He wants to win now. But the longer this drags on, the less leverage he has and the fewer teams are willing to take the gamble. One rookie, one refusal. And suddenly, the entire NBA offseason is frozen. Because if Wear doesn't move, Durant might not either. The moment the story leaked, NBA Twitter exploded. Some fans praised Miami. Finally, a team protecting its young talent. Others mocked them. You turned down KD for WHO? Analysts were split. Some insiders said Miami made the right call. Wear is a future all-star, and KD's window is shrinking fast. Others saw it as a franchise afraid to take the leap, afraid to go all in. But it wasn't just the fans talking. Executives across the league started sniffing around. Could another team step in and outbid Miami? Would Phoenix explore a three-team deal? Or was this all smoke, with Durant staying put in the end? Whispers started about teams like New Orleans, even San Antonio, young rosters with pieces Phoenix might want. A mystery fourth team was even mentioned, possibly the Kings, willing to absorb salary just to facilitate. And Durant, silent. No tweets, no interviews, no leaks. But when KD goes quiet, that's when you know something's brewing. Right now, the league's holding its breath. Every insider, every front office, watching and waiting. Because once Durant moves, the dominoes fall. Miami's front office is under pressure. They can't afford to waste Bam's prime, but they also can't overreact and mortgage the future. If they cave and include Wear, they might get Durant, but lose their foundation. If they hold, they risk watching another contender snatch him away. Phoenix isn't in the driver's seat either. They want Wear. But if Miami walks, Durant's value tanks, and the longer they wait, the more leverage they lose. At some point, they'll have to decide, do we lower our asking price or keep a superstar who doesn't want to be here? And then there's Durant. If this deal collapses, does he stay and sulk in Phoenix, force another team sip sand, or shock everyone with a new list of preferred destinations? One thing's for sure, this isn't over. The silence, the rumors, the tension, it's all building toward a breaking point. And once one side flinches, everything changes. In the end, this isn't just a trade standoff, it's a chess match between two franchises staring down the future. Miami sees Kelip Wear as a once-in-a-decade piece, raw, but rare. Phoenix sees Kevin Durant as a superstar still capable of changing everything. And both teams, staring at each other, waiting for someone to blink. This one rookie has become the breaking point in a blockbuster. And maybe that's the story here. Sometimes it sits not the biggest names that define the offseason, it sets the ones you refuse to let go. So now the question is, did Miami just protect their future? Or did they just pass on their last shot at a ring?